Keep watching VOPT.
Africa is on the move, a continent of rising voices, untold stories, and powerful transformations. From the streets of Lagos to the heart of Nairobi, from the mines of Congo to the tech labs of Cape Town, the African story is being written every day. Bold, dynamic, unstoppable. This is African News on Voice of the People Television. We don't just bring you the news. We analyze and bring you Africa's heartbeat, the politics that shapes our nations, the economies that drives our future, the cultures that defines who we are, the voice that must be heard. Africa News, Africa's voice, Africa's future. Where Africa speaks, the world listens.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People Television, where your health has a voice.
Hello there, my name is Damilola Ogunsi, also known as the Goldfish.
Hi, my name is Chiki Bright Emmanuel. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
Hello peeps, my name is Yomi E. Adejimo.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul Utami.
Hi everyone, my name is Stacey Benjamin and this is Voice of the People TV.
I need you to keep it locked to VOP TV. See, are you looking for good entertainment? You want to get good movies, good music, politics, talk shows, sports and entertainment. You really want a channel that gives you everything you need without you having to run around. VOP is where you are. That's Voice of the People.
If you're not listening to this, you're not one of us. And you deserve to be killed. Scrap chat. Don't be killed, but watch it. Or I'll find you. And I want you.
And you are locked on VOP TV. Don't go nowhere. This is where the juice is. This is where all you need for entertainment, politics, movies, and whatnot.
And keep watching VOP TV.
So keep it locked because I'm locked already, man, and it's money back guarantee. So you're gonna have a good time because I do.
And please keep watching VOP TV.
I won't want to actually, I beg you, subscribe, watch it. If not, whatever you see.
You better not touch that die because VOP is the plot.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People Television, where your health has a voice.
Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I. From social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more. Tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count. The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as they hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Where we bring you the most important and pressing issues shaping our nation today. I am your host, Nenna Ndomdioto. Today on the issues, we're examining the complexities of Nigeria's politics and governance. From APC, debunking rumors of Tinubu Shettima split, to Kwankwaso and NNPP, describing governor's exit as betrayal of trust. Also, Johasso insists federal government should be blamed for strike's effect on health care. And finally, Soludo orders 1 week shutdown of markets over Monday sit-at-home order. Join us as we break down the fact and provide context to help you stay informed. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll dig deeper into these topics. Don't go away. Glad to have you back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. The All Progressive Congress, APC, has dismissed reports suggesting that Kashim Shettima, the vice president, could be replaced as President Bola Tinubu's running mate ahead of the 2027 general election. In a statement issued on Monday, APC's National Publicity Secretary Felix Morka described the report as baseless and unfounded. He dismissed the rumor, stressing that the Tinubu-Shettima partnership remains intact and that there is no internal discord over ticket arrangement. Morka said the window for political activities has not been opened, and the priority of the party is to support Tinubu and Shettima in delivering the administration's renewed hope agenda. APC officials insist that the ticket will be decided through party structures and that unity at the top remains a priority. Today, I'm delighted by two distinguished guests. Here in the studio, we have Dr. Peter Anosike. Dr. Anosike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He's also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. He's also the author of the most talked about book, titled Abuse of Power, How Democracy Turned into Tyranny of the Few. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. And then joining us virtually, we have A.G.K. Smith. He is an ICT expert and a political analyst. Glad to have you join us, A.G.K.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let me start with you. The Tinubu-Shettima split, all through last week and 2 weeks ago, there have been some, I don't want to, I should call it rumors, or there have been some alleged rumors, alleged statements that there's a possibility that there will be no Muslim ticket, and the president is looking to get a Christian partner or a Christian running mate. And now the APC is coming out to say that no, this is not the case, and they are debunking this. What do you make of this?
First of all, I want to say to Nigerians that we have come to see that the Muslim ticket is not a problem at all. This administration has gone to show that even Christians has benefits more, if you ask me. So I think we should concern ourselves less about the Muslim ticket. Let's focus more on the achievements of the president, what he has done for the country, and what he intends to do going forward. And for the rumors, I do not think it is right for people to speculate on things like that, because you're not the member of the party, you're not the chairman of the party. You can't just wake up and say the party wants to take out the vice president, who has been very vibrant. And if that decision is to be taken, I think it's less in the sole feet of Mr. President to decide who is going to be his running mate going forward. And so far, I see no reason why Nigerians should waste their times on issues like that, on things that doesn't look to be true to me. If it's going to be true, it is very early to notice that it's still 2026, it's still January 26. We have 1 year ahead and more before the upcoming elections. I think approaching that time, we'll be able to say more. But for the now, I think all of those are still speculations.
Okay, while you were speaking, you made mention of the fact that Christians have benefited more from this administration. I wanted to throw more lights because many Nigerians would actually doubt that and actually question that particular statement.
If you look at the appointments Mr. President has made, you can't say that the Christians has not been favored. And look at FCT, for example. Even if the minister for FCT, Governor Nyesom Wike, is not an APC member, but he was appointed by the president. And if you ask me, he's about the most performing minister in this administration, and he's a Christian, and so much more into that. So I do not think we should be worried about the Muslim ticket. Believe me. In most organizations in the country, you see Christians holding good portfolios and all of that. The Minister for Works is also a Christian and all of that. So the president has been able to find a balance. The wife himself is a pastor with the Redeemed Christian Church of God. So you can't say Mr. President has not balanced it. And if you ask me, I will say to you over and over again that the Christians has benefited very much more on this administration. That right now, nobody's talking about the Muslim ticket. If you pay attention to the country, nobody in the country right now is talking about Muslim ticket. It's all gone with the elections. Now, we're talking about performance that is there, that is clear for all to see. And I want to say to you that Nigerians should not bother themselves about Muslim ticket or about anything that has to do with Shettima coming back for the second time with the president. Let us focus on the jobs ahead. Let us focus on the achievements ahead. Let us focus on what is going to better Nigerians and not put ourselves in this quagmire of what is going to happen next in vice presidency and all of that.
Okay, I still have some questions to ask you, but let me get back to the studios first and then get to hear Dr. Anosike's view about this. Then I will get back to you. Dr. Anosike, the APC, we know we've both talked about this particular thing, and that it was even from you that I first heard about this thing about the fact that there's a possibility that Shettima would not be the running mate of the president come 2027. And now we are seeing, and then afterwards, we saw the list of names that came out. And then now APC has come out to debunk this. What do you make of this?
Well, the issue is this. Primaries will be coming around August, September. Understand? And what people contest is the president. Understand? When you go for convention, what people contest for is the president and not the vice president. The vice president is at the mercy of the presidential candidate of a party. So Shettima is at the mercy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Understand? So my friend in Abuja said that the president has been able to balance it. I don't agree. Understand? A population of Nigeria, Christian Muslims, is about 50-50. Understand? It's about 50-50. So having Christian Muslim president, Muslim vice president, and the Muslim, because Femi Bojabi Amina is a Muslim. So having a Muslim president, Muslim vice president, and a Muslim chief of staff, there is no balance there. Understand me? But what people vote mainly in an election is the president. Understand? What the vice does is to complement the president. An instance, if we have that's a Muslim president, that's presidential candidate, then a Christian vice presidential candidate that to mobilize the Christians, as we have in Oshibajo and Buhari administration. So as I said, it is not people that will tell Tinubu whether Shettima will be there or not. But what we are seeing so far, understand? Even I read what's his name, the former speaker of the former speaker of Federal House of Representatives, Dogara,
okay,
saying that he's not
people should take him away from any speculations.
But he had been indicating interest even before all this thing started. Understand me? So the issue is it is Tinubu that will decide whether Shettima will be there or not. Not Felix Morka. Not Felix Morka. Understand me? So when Tinubu will have an automatic ticket, he will now know whether Shettima is a plus or minus for him.
Okay, plus or minus. Let me take my next question from that your last statement. You're saying he would know if Shettima is a plus or minus. For you, would you say that Shettima, being a running mate to the president, come 2027, is a plus or a minus?
Shettima has been a governor for 8 years in Borno State. He has a strong political base, understand? And he helped Tinubu in 2023 to stabilize the government north and south. Understand me? But 2023 and 2027 is not going to be the same thing with this Christian genocide issue. Understand me? With this Christian genocide issue. Understand? So by August, September, we will know what Tinubu have in mind.
Okay, before I get back to our virtual guest, do you think that this quick rebuttal by APC, does it signal unity or anxiety about internal dissent amongst themselves?
No, there have been concerns, there have been worries. Mind you, up to today, Bishop Kuka has not said anything about his name being among those being speculated. General Musa has not said, no, count me out. It's only Dogara that has done that. Understand me? So there is worries, there's speculations, understand? As they turn into weeks into months, we will know where Nigeria is headed.
Okay, let me come back to you, AGK. You know, usually there's an adage that says there's no smoke without fire. And, you know, with those names being speculated, I don't think Nigerians would not have just woken up and just, because we have so many Christians, right, in the country. We have so many Christians in high places or in places of authority. But some names were actually touted. Some names were brought forward. So don't you think that there's an altar of truth? Don't you think that there's something actually brewing? Even if your party, which is APC, is coming out to say no to it, and then there's nothing of such.
First of all, I am not an APC member. Okay. I am not a card-carrying member of the APC. But I'm a true Nigerian, and I have always tried to support every government of the day. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not be an exemption. If you're a Nigerian, it is important, first of all, to be patriotic. And if you are patriotic, you look beyond party lines. You look ahead of what's possible to achieve, what's next after an election. And then when I see people attack the president from the first day he came into office. And you begin to wonder what's in there for them to gain? What's the benefit? Because this is the country we all have. So if we attack the president from day one, from the day he came into office till now, there are people, they don't sleep. Their job is they go on into the internet, they look for every manner of information, they are spreading it out there just to disbalance demand. Even if you are an opposition party, I mean, running down your country is not the best way to be an opposition. So, Mr. President has done quite well, believe me. The media is not digging into that. The media is more interested in the negative angle of things, and it's not going to be of help to anybody. For me, I will always want good governance. When Jonathan was president, he was attacked. All rumors were coming around. When Obasanjo was there, it was same. Yaradua, may he so rest in peace. It was same. People wants to attack him and to know what's happening. And then Buhari came into power. It was same, and now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is here, and it has not changed. And I want to tell you, these rumors, like you said, there is no smoke without fire. When the opposition, if you ask me, I will say that the opposition are losing their plots. They are not. They don't see it coming. Like what's happening now in the country, a lot of people going into the APC, they do not see it coming that such a move will be happening. And this shows you how far Mr. President has gone. And the media, I want to come back to the media again. They are not trying to cover as much as the activities or the achievements of Mr. President. But I live in Abuja. I live in the center of Abuja. And I have my businesses across town. And I go to places. And I see the infrastructures being laid down by Nyesom Wike. I see all of that. And I said to you, my people, the president is working. He's doing what he's got to do. He's delivering on his promises. The only way to find out if this is true is when the media has put away sentiment and goes deep down to find out exactly the achievements of this president. There and then we'll know how far he's gone. And on the rumors, I want to say to you again, the opposition has lost their plot. You won't see anybody from the APC coming out to tell you that they want to move the vice president. You won't see anybody from the APC saying that. All these things you are hearing is from the opposition. And, when you tackle a man from different angles and he's come to win you, you want to devise new means. And believe you me, for the now, there is nothing of such. I want to agree with my friend in the studio that Mr. President is the person who has the single power to say, I'm getting a new VP or I'm not. If he's getting a new VP, it's not going to be on the basis of Muslim tickets. No. If he's getting a new VP, it's not on the basis of he wants to have a Christian. No. When Osibanjo was there as Christian, or as vice president Christian, we saw what was happening. The killings in the north never stopped. In the southwest, it was the same. In the southeast, it was the same. In the south, the country was in quagmire. Now we have a Muslim ticket. Believe me, the introduction of Shettima into the presidency has gone a long way to even reduce the level of casualty or the level of trouble that Nigeria would have faced. Do not forget that the immediate past president, President Buhari, may he so rest in peace, is from Katsina. He is a general in the Nigerian army. During his time, there were so much crisis in Katsina. Even as we speak, Katsina is still trying to recover from all of those happenings. So you can't completely say that Mr. President is not doing enough. And you can't say that you need a Christian to be the vice president for all of this to happen. No. You need strategy. You need the will to implement policies. You need working policies. You need people on ground. Mr. President is one man. So he needs the collective efforts of all the governors, the 109 senators, the 360 House of Rep members, the local government chairman, the ward chairman. All of these people come together to form a government that can propel a nation to greater heights. And if people who should support the president are not doing that, rather they are equipping themselves with rumors, of a vice president this and a vice president that. It's not going to help them win the election in 2027. I want to say this, please indulge me, that if anybody wants to win this presidency in 2027, first of all, you need to develop a proper think tank that is going to outwork the president. You have a president who is in office, who is outworking the opposition in all ramifications. So it is very, very difficult to say. It is very, very difficult to say that the opposition is going to win the 2027 upcoming elections, Shettima or no Shettima, because the president is the principal actor of what is happening. And the man has taken the bull by the horn and he has delivered on promise and he keeps delivering. And so, let us avoid the Shettima or Muslim thing. Let us concentrate on the successes and the achievements Mr. President has achieved. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. While you were speaking, you said that since the administration of Tinubu, President Tinubu, and of course this Vice President Shettima, that the insecurity has actually been reduced compared to what it is during Buhari's time and of course as Vice President. But many Nigerians would actually argue against that, because many Nigerians would actually say that this period, just these 2 years of President Tinubu's administration, we have seen heightened insecurity in the country. So many Nigerians would actually pitch their tent against what you're saying and not be in support of your statement. But anyways, let me ask you this question. What role do you think performance in office play in determining whether a joint ticket survives the second term bid? Do you think it's more about performance, or is it about just a choice, as in the president's choice? Please unmute your device if you can hear me.
I will say to you one thing for sure. The president is responsible for whatever that is happening. He staked his neck, his legacy, his dignity, his person. He's brought everything to the forefront of the Nigerian politics, all to achieve a purpose, to take Nigeria from where they are to a greater level, to give Nigeria a facelift. So if anybody is coming in, if there is going to be any change, whatever that is going to happen in any form or manner, I believe Mr. President is solely responsible for that fact. Of course, there are party faithfuls who also play their roles. There are other stakeholders who play their roles. There are godfathers in different dimensions. But Mr. President remains the principal actor and the final decision taker on whatever it is that's going to make Nigeria, the APC, and the country to achieve purpose.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's move on to our next conversation. A former Kano State Governor, national leader of the Kwankwasia movement, Rabiu Kwankwaso, has criticized the defection of his political protege, Governor Abba Yusuf, alongside key elected officials in the state from the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP. Kwankwaso, while speaking to supporters, described the defection as an act of betrayal, stating that January 23 should be declared as the World Day of Betrayal. Also, the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, has described Yusuf's resignation from the party as a betrayal of the trust reposed in him by the people of Kano State. Recall that the governor, alongside 22 lawmakers from the Kano State House of Assembly, defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress. The governor hinged his decision on the internal challenges rocking the party. Let me come to you first, Dr. Anosike. What do you make of this move by Governor Abba? You know, some persons would say that it looks like he has been able to cut off from the apron of his godfather. Is that what it is?
Well, for me, that's the way human beings are created. We always look outward instead of inward. Understand? Kwankwaso should have a sober reflection, because Yusuf moved with the entire State House of Assembly. Understand? Which means he is not in control. Understand me? He should have asked himself, why did these people move? What am I doing wrong? Why am I losing respect? Why am I losing influence? Understand me? So he should have started from himself. Understand? Why did this person defect? What did I do wrong? Because it means that because for now, Kwankwaso up to today, from 2015, understand, when he was the governor of Kano State under PDP and defected to APC, which made Buhari to win, because that 2015, Kano got 2 million votes, the highest in the country, for APC, understand? So he was the alpha and omega in Kano State. But what we have seen now, he has lost Kano. So he should have asked himself questions, understand? Then for the governor, betrayal or no betrayal, our constitution says freedom of association, understand? So what he did is recognized by the constitution. Understand? Constitution does not pigeonhole you anywhere. When you lose influence, your disciples will move. So Kwankwaso begin to make movement that is even doubting himself. Excuse me.
Yes,
Today he's talking of joining APC. Tomorrow he's talking of remaining in NNPP. The next day, he's talking of other political parties. So when this is happening, people will be suspecting you. Are you serious at all? Do you really know what you are doing? So what I see is that Kwankwaso, people lost confidence in him. If not, there's no way Yusuf, who is a prodigy of Kwankwaso, who have moved with all the State House of Assembly members, because it was a tough battle between APC under Ganduje and a new party, NNPP, and Yusuf won on the influence of Kwankwaso. So Kwankwaso showed his supremacy in Kano by bringing a governor that defeated that's a ruling party. But now, that thing is no more there. So he should start by blaming himself.
So first, you're saying that he's actually the reason for whatever it is that is happening in Kano State at the moment.
He's not influence in Kano.
Okay, but let me ask you, do you think that, okay, with this development, are you saying that there's no possibility for Kwankwaso to actually, or Kwankwaso, the Kwankwasia movement, or NNPP as a party, to take back the governorship seat from the incumbent governor?
One, like I said in the morning, Kwankwasia is a product of Aminu Kano, who formed the PRP and was the most popular person in Kano, politically speaking. Understand? So the Kwankwasia are the ordinary people, or the mass movements, understand? Or the grassroots. These are the people that vote. Understand? So, in the next election, people are likely there will be sympathy for him because this is the message that he's going to be sending everywhere.
I mean, sympathy for who? For the governor?
Kwankwaso.
Okay, Kwankwaso, okay.
Or the message is going to be betrayal. I brought this guy up and he betrayed me. Understand? And that will attract sympathy for him. But it's going to be a very tough battle in Kano because Kano is already divided. Mind you, there are two emirs in Kano as we speak, Sanusi and Ade Bayero, backing NNPP and backing APC. So Kano have been deeply or divided. So, and I don't know, as things stand now, where Sanusi belongs to. Understand? But as time goes on, we will know. But he should start by blaming himself.
So what does this defection portend for the future of Kano when in terms of politics?
Well, in Nigeria, we have what is called that's 5 swing states, understand? Which is Kano, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Kano, Lagos, Rivers, understand? Bauchi, then Kaduna, understand me? So as we see now, these swing states and the governors are now, apart from Bauchi, that still has a PDP governor. The governors in the other, that APC is now in control of the other 4 swing states. Understand? So it is going to be a tough battle come 2027.
Wow. Let me come back to you, AGK. You know, with this defection of Governor Yusuf or Governor Abba, how does it reflect the current state of politics in Nigeria, particularly in terms of party loyalty? We see people who were elected in a party, and then you see them move from one party to the other, just like the NNPP said. The NNPP said this is like a betrayal of trust, that the trust that was reposed on him by the Kano people, because the Kano people voted NNPP into power. And now we've seen the governor, he's not leaving that party. Because really, in the ballot paper, you don't get to see any individual. What you get to see is the party logo. And now the people of Kano voted NNPP into power. And now we are seeing the governor move. So what does this, tell us about Nigerian politics in general?
Okay, I want to make some few corrections, and then, of course, to support some issues with regards to the last speaker. The country political system is in a certain form as we speak, and people are moving from one political party to the other, and they move for different reasons. Kano is a different kind of a state. And then if you want to win election in the north, you need to win Kano. It's very important. But the governor who has defected now to the APC, I must tell you, if I have to be honest with myself, amongst everyone who has defected from one political party to APC, I think he has the most uncalled for reason. His reasons are not legitimate to me. You have no reason for, NNPP is not Labour Party where you have crises, court cases and all. Whatever is happening within the NNPP is something that happens in every family. So the governor defecting to APC is not the right move, if you ask me. And he went with all House of Rep members, Senate, all House of Rep members and every elected individual under the NNPP to the APC. So if he's moving for that same reason, what are the reasons for others? But at the same time, this call to bear the strength of Mr. President, his ability to woo people, because it's politics. And that is one thing I need us to have into consideration. In politics, it's always permanent interest.
Okay.
It's always about permanent interest. People move for interest. The 2027 election would teach that man a lesson. Of course, now in the APC in Kano State, he's going to be there with Ganduje and some other top heads of APC who are already in Kano. So it's not going to be as easy as he thinks it's going to be. Part of the reason why he met Mr. President, I think. So let's see how it plays on in the upcoming days and weeks coming.
Okay, let me come back to Dr. Peter before I move to our next conversation. You know, while he was talking, he said that shows, I'm trying to, from paraphrasing at the moment, and that shows the prowess of our president when it comes to, you know, getting people, winning people, wooing people to his side. But would you actually see it that way? Because some messages have actually said that this is like the president wanting to make our nation a one-party state. You know, why are you getting almost all governors, and we don't even know what you're dangling over their heads to ensure that these governors come to you? But do you really think that this would, is the APC consolidating national dominance with all of this that is playing out now? Well,
I have told you on this program that we can never have a one-party state in Nigeria. Understand? PDP had dominance for 16 years, 1999 to 2015. No champion states forever. So now APC is having its own dominance, which, as I told you, might end in 2027 or 2031. Understand? So no champion stays there forever. But in Kanu, if Kwankwaso was getting his politics right, there's no way Yusuf would have moved, because Yusuf and Ganduje are not the best of friends. Understand? If you are to talk of friendship, Kwankwaso and Ganduje expanded more, because Ganduje was Kwankwaso's deputy governor. Understand? So for me, Kwankwaso lost influence because he made a lot of mistakes. He wasn't steady. And when you are not steady, people misread you. You lose trust on people. Understand? You lose trust on people. So that could be the reason. And again, what we are hearing, if a governor defects from a party a different party to APC, the governor will become the leader of the party in that state. So which means Yusuf is now going to get the famous 001 in Kanu, which means Ganduje is going to be his subject. How they will now panic is what we will see as days go by.
You know, some persons actually said that one of the reasons that's just to prepare the ground for these defections from Kano, Ganduje was kind of, you know, relegated or moved away from how would I put it? Moved away from
the picture.
From the picture, and then from being a major political player, and then so that he can, you know, create this room for these defections to come in. Do you think that's the case here?
Well, Ganduje was given a DG position. Understand me? So, but the governor is more influential. So it will be easier to sacrifice Ganduje than the governor, who is in control of the state force, the state resources.
Okay, let's move on to the last conversation for tonight. We are moving on to what is happening in Anambra State, where Governor Chukwuma Soludo has announced a one-week shutdown of the main market in response to repeated sit-at-home orders disrupting commerce. The action follows repeated defiance by traders at the popular Onitsha market to open for business on Mondays, despite government directives and warnings to disregard the sit-at-home order imposed by non-state actors. Governor Chukwuma Soludo says the week-long closure of the main market is aimed at toughening enforcement and curbing the negative economic impact of prolonged sit-at-home directives. The governor disclosed that the government cannot stand by while a few individuals willfully undermine public safety and disregard official directives meant to restore normalcy. You know, I'm glad that both of my two guests are Igbos. So, because I really want to get your perspective on this. But let me first come to you, AGK. What do you make of this move by the governor? Do you think that is actually, would you applaud the move? Do you think that is a step in the right direction?
Our listeners, I would say that Governor Soludo is in a very high speed to overtake Mbadu Nuju as the worst governor of Anambra State. He's in a very high speed, and by the time he's done, he will be the worst governor that Anambra has ever produced. You want to fight a people, the IPOP members who are imposing this sit at home, you know them. You know where they stay. You know where they live. But you are not going for them because they have guns. They have things to defend themselves with. But you go to traders, to a market that has been there before they married your mom. You tell them that you will shut them down, that you will bring bulldozer to bulldozer the market. If they don't comply, they're going to shut them down and open up on Monday. Meanwhile, there are banks in the same state. If you go to that same Onitsha, there are banks there. If you go to Nnewi on the bank road, there are all there. There are other top government establishments who are there that do not work on Monday. They close for that Monday, not that they do not want to respect the government directives, but because the Anambra State government is not able to provide adequate security. A man will be going from his home to the said shop, and he will be attacked on his way. Soludo is not there to provide security. And now you go to the market, you say, I'm going to shut it down. Soludo is going to end the reign of Apga in Anambra State, I tell you. By the time he's done, there will be no more Apga.
Okay.
Because what he is doing is totally contrary to what there are better ways to tackle these issues. If you feel that the people are not obeying the government directive, provide adequate security. Now you have moved the army, the police, and all of that to the market. When was the last time you moved those people to the market to provide security? You didn't do that. You brought Udogachi that is killing people, that is doing mayhem, and you didn't bring the same Udogachi now. You want to bring the army and the police. It means you know where they are. So the governor should be more concerned about the security of the people. The governor should know that the people in the market are worried for their lives. Okay. There is no true life. When you kill a man on his way to the market, he is gone. His wife and children will be in quagmire. So what is he doing about security? Let him do that first. And before he can now talk about shutting down the market. And he can't do it. Just watch and see what will happen. He can't do that. He doesn't, he's not the Alpha and Omega of Anambra State. He's only a governor. And after 4 years, he's gone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's get Dr. Anosike's view about this. Do you think that what Governor Soludo is doing is what he should be doing? Is that how to fight the sit-at-home really?
You know, for me, just like what I said before, that the way human brain is wired, we always look outward instead of inward. One, those people shutting down their markets on Mondays are not happy doing that. This is what everybody should know. Every businessman wants to go to his business. So those who are shutting down their market on Monday are not happy doing that. But why are they doing it? They don't want to die. So the question is this: if there's security, they will not have shut down the market. If there's security, they will not have shut down all the market. So the question is, did Soludo provide security? Because those traders are not government workers. They're not working for government. They are working for themselves. So if they don't come to market, they are doing themselves, not the market. You cannot force somebody go to the market and open shop. You cannot force somebody go to the market and open shop. So if Soludo has provided security, it's now left to them to go and open shop or don't go and open shop, because it is their personal business. They are not happy observing the sit at home. I have seen in Enugu, where the two children are going to school, some people were beating them that go back. Understand? And the governor will be walking around with a security man and now telling the people without even a cutlass that to go out and it doesn't work. So assuming it is government office that shut down, those people, government pays them salaries, but these are private businesses. Understand me? So what the step that Soludo took is condemnable. It is very, very wrong. If there are security, those people will not have no shop. So the problem is Soludo, not the traders.
Okay.
Understand me? The problem is Soludo, not the traders, because the traders are not happy closing their shops. That's where they make their daily income.
Okay, before I go back to the EJK, let's have your concluding thoughts, and then I'll go back to EJK for his own concluding thoughts on the discussions we have had today.
So on this issue of Soludo, because it is what concerns the average Igbo man. An average Igbo man values his shop more than his house. An average Igbo man will pay rent of his shop and owe his landlord. Understand me? So that is the mentality of Igbo people. So Southeast governors, if they want it at home to stop, they should provide security. Once there's adequate security that I can go to my shop and go home, nothing will happen to me, I will keep on opening my shop.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. EJK, let's have your final thoughts on any of the issues we've discussed tonight before we go. In 1 minute, please.
That I'm less worried about what Soludo is saying, because it's not going to happen. Just watch out in a few days and see what happens next. I'm more concerned on the national issues when it comes to Mr. President. And I'm saying the media, the people of Nigeria should look inward and see the achievements of Mr. President in this couple of years he's been there, and concern themselves more on the progress ahead rather than talking about the vice president or not the vice president, and the Muslim and non-Muslim ticket.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, EJK, for joining us virtually all the way from Abuja. And thank you very much. You're welcome. And thank you very much, Dr. CK, for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. That's what we have for today's episode of The Issues. We explore the challenges facing Nigeria's politics and, of course, governance. Thank you for being a part of it. Don't forget to tune in next time for more in-depth analysis and discussion. Follow us on social media to stay up to date on the latest news and insight. Until next time, stay informed. Remember that the views and opinions expressed by our analysts are solely their own and do not reflect that of VOP Media. I am Nnenna Ndomdioto. This has been The Issues on Voice of the People Television, where the future faces forward. Please don't forget to stay tuned for #WithVivian by 8 p.m. Don't go away.